When parents make decisions, these are usually imposed and seldom explained. Most children never question their parents even when they don't understand why they must always be right. Decisions imposed are though accepted out of fear but never respected. Experience is a mean teacher. Things learned from our own experience are rarely forgotten, but others' experience teaching are hardly cherished. In many villages, parents indulge in honor killing, and what about those parents who undertake female feticide? Are these parents also right as per the belief that parents are always right? Lastly, I would like to say that parents may emphasize on the culture that would hold you backward. They may say that the contemporary world is filled with dirt and evil. They may believe that Generation X is better than Generation Y, but they may not be always right. It doesn't imply that they are always wrong. Even a stopped clock is right twice a day. Above all, parents are parents. They must be respected and their experience should be valued. Yes, not always, but parents are often right. Thank you.
Utsav and Shwetang Chaudhary. Judges, please note this is court number 4.
Ma'am, shall I begin? A girl recently said that we should worship our parents like Lord Ram did. But I don't think Lord Ram had to choose between commerce, science or humanities in the 11th standard. So, good morning ladies and gentlemen, my name is Shwetang Chaudhary and I'm here to oppose the motion that parents are always right. Before beginning with the debate, let us see what the topic here is. Parents are always right. Always means this moment, the next moment and for the eternity. That is universal, always. And I believe everyone here thinks that parents are not always right. Ask yourselves, every time you hear your parents say something, don't do this, don't do that, you feel bad, alright? Okay, it is universal, you are supposed to feel bad, but that doesn't mean they are wrong. Some things are good, some things are not. Some girls complain that their parents don't let them wear short skirts or mini clothes and they say they are backward. So what is modern generation? You're wearing short skirts now, the next 50 years you're going to run naked on the streets? Is that modern generation? I don't think so. In these matters, your parents are right. Then comes the matter when your parents are wrong. Pablo Neruda once wrote a poem, Road Not Taken. The life which we lead today is like a journey. We are the travelers. Every time the path leads into two. And we have to choose only one road. We cannot take both of them. And so did our parents. They chose a road and they want us to follow it. They do not know what the other road is or where it leads to. And that is when they stop you from taking the other road. But as a matter of fact, this is where our parents are wrong. They impose their decision on us about things which they might or not have much idea about. This is where we need to take a stand. Mostly our parents are wrong when it comes to our education or what career we need to pursue. My father, he stopped me from taking humanities in 11th standard. I said, alright, I'm going to study science. I took humanities in 12th. He said, no, I'm not happy with it. Switch to commerce. I switched to commerce. I said, I want to do mass comm. He said, no, do BCom. And hence, I'm doing BCom right now. So till now, my father has opposed every decision of mine regarding my educational career. But maybe he's right, maybe he's wrong. Because I've not reached the peak yet. So I'm no one to comment on that situation. But for me, currently, he's wrong. I'm not pursuing the thing which I wanted to do. And is that not wrong? Tell me. Alright, many people have already spoken about the honor killings, female feticide. You all know about that. Very good. I won't be speaking about that much. Moving on to the next topic. Parents are always right. No, they're not always right. What happens when you want to do something in life and you're not allowed to do that? Apart from the dieting part, see, you're going to do dieting, you're going to get skinny malnutrition. Forget the dieting part, I'm not talking about dieting. Other things in life, like extracurricular activities, there are some things you want to do, but maybe that is something your parents have not done in their life, and that is why they are against it. Okay, the bell has rung. So finally, I would like to just say that parents are mostly right. Most of the times they are right. They make decisions which are for your own benefit, but not always. Thank you.
The world is a dangerous place, not because of those who do evil, but because of those who look on and do nothing. Good morning, everyone. I'm Utsav Shukla, and I rise today to argue the affirmative that parents are always right. At the outset of these remarks, I couldn't help but think of the movie The Groundhog Day. In the movie, the actor Bill Murray has to live the same day over and over again. Like him, I have been here before. We all have been here before. We all have been a participant to a debate somewhere where the prerogative would have been that how parents yak up a storm when they shouldn't, or how they intrude in the privacy of the children. Or the big lurking question, are parents always right? Well, to answer that, I would like to quote the morning incident when I started getting ready to come for this competition today. My mother did one ritual which she always does, or feed me some curd. And the one question that she asked from me is that, what was the topic of today's event? And I answered simply that mother, parents are always right, with a smirk on my face. And my mother instantly said that you are totally going to speak against the motion. That is when I realized how my parents always know about everything, even though what is going on in my mind. That is when I chose to speak for the motion. And when I realized that, I started thinking about my life backwards, and I realized that every decision my parents have taken for me, they are totally correct. Starting from the decision of which school should I go through, starting about my education, or what clothes should I wear. Obviously that has changed, the preferences have changed, but we cannot question the decisions of our parents that they took for us. It is very convenient of my opponents to caricature our parents as the draconian powers or even the dictators, as one opponent has quoted, but they fail to realize that whenever we need something, our parents are always the fallback options. One of the opponents has also quoted about honor killings, about an incident where a parent was responsible for the death of his child. But my opponents fail to realize this thing, that majority decide the moral issues of the day, not the exceptions of one. And I want to quote a poem from the famous poet James Joyce, when he said, "History is a nightmare from which I am trying to awake." So we cannot deny the fact that problems do occur, exceptions do occur. But do we have the right to question our parents for what they have given to us? No, we are not. What we fail to understand is this thing as well, that our parents are our convenient whipping boys to hide our inefficiencies and failure. Like democracy, what we do for India. If India is not getting successful in anything, we blame democracy for we quote democracy for it and say that China is excelling because of its socialist behavior about their politics. But we fail to understand this thing, that instead of democracy is not a whipping boy. It is not to hide inefficiency. Parents, whatever they have done for us, they are totally right in their decisions. And as the bell has rung, I would like to wrap up my speech by just saying that for whatever the odds may be, for my unconquerable soul, I am the master of my fate. I am the captain of my soul. Thank you so much.
God cannot be there at all times and at all places. So He made parents. If God is always right, so do parents. That is why they are on earth. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, honorable judges. I'm Sana Saxena. I'm going to speak for the motion on parents are always right. From child's first day on earth till he or she becomes of his or her age, parents are the sole decision makers with only the child's best interest. Parents feel that apart from academics, extracurricular activities are also important, and they are not behind in arranging creative and skill classes for the children. Even if they have to devote some extra time of the interest, or even the time they have to devote, they will do it. Debojit Saha, a very well-known singer, I must say that, this person, after winning the competition, thanked his parents for whatever he is today, just because of his parents. Formula number 1 lovers, anybody here, must be familiar with Lewis Hamilton, a great personality. His parents conveyed him the approach of honesty and positive. His father worked thrice a day so that he could earn money and help his child to achieve his dream. Barack Obama parents were very much into his approach, into his helping him in every possible field. His mother inculcated him the heritage, all possible things she could. And that is why today he's so well grounded, just because of his mother. Whenever I'm ill, downhearted, feeling low, my parents have always been with me. The results, my friends, I have the knack and the confidence to do whatever I feel like. I have crossed all hurdles and obstacles with the support of my parents. 2008 Summer Olympics in Beijing saw Michael Phelps' parents cheering him at every possible performance of his. They took him into swimming at a very young age. Parents at times, they're strict, and which basically we think that's a negative factor. But let me tell you, it is just to instill patience, perseverance, and diligence in the child. Above all, I would like to say that children don't want encouragement in words, they want encouragement in action, which our parents do provide. Parenting styles may differ from child to child, parent to parent, family to family, environment to environment, but the motive remains the same: best interest of the child. They may be authoritative, permissive, democratic, and so on. I have the never say die attitude just because of my parents, because they believed in me and took all right decisions. If I don't win today's debate, I won't be disheartened. Why? Because my parents have taught me this is not the end of the road. I have miles to go and I'll make it someday. That's the spirit they have. Thank you.
The very first relation that a child makes when he comes into this world is with his parents. The very people for the reason for his existence, for his upbringing, and to take care of the child. This is what my worthy opponents have said just now. So I won't emphasize on it. Yes, I do accept that parents do a lot for us. They deserve respect, love, and a lot more than just being respected. But does all this make an obligation for a child to blindly accept all the decisions that are being taken by his parents for his child? Just this thing makes it clear that parents are always right. Well, I don't think so. In my opinion, parents are not right all the time. They are also human. They have faults. They do err. Good morning, everybody. I am Priyam Upadhyay, standing here firmly against the motion. Continuing my views, I would like to mention that I am not saying parents are not right. My point is that parents are not always, I repeat, not always right. I accept that parents have the authority to take decisions regarding their child's life, to plan for their future in the best way they feel for their child. But this should not be done beyond a limit. They should understand that by recurrently doing all this, they are inculcating a habit of dependency in their child. He will never be able to think and to act upon his own, rather than he just be dependent on his parents throughout his life. Unfortunately, cases exist where children are subjected to some decisions taken by his parents for his life. Some parents decide about what curricular activities their child should opt for. Not even this, some parents decide what career their child should opt for, especially in a country like ours, where a child after passing his 10th class is immediately enrolled in for some coaching classes to prepare for some BTech or MBBS entrance exams. And that too, not because his parents feel that this is right for his child, or he wants to be a doctor or an engineer, but because some Sharma ji or Gupta ji or any other random guy's child in the neighborhood also did the same thing. I'm sure most of you must have experienced this with you and your neighborhood. I ask you, and you, in fact all of you, is it fair enough on the part of parents to decide for the life of the future, destroying all his dreams which he might have of becoming a writer or a singer or anything else? The domination on the part of parents in a child's life often leads to vicious problems of our society like honor killing, which my opponents have just now said. I consider this completely inhuman, in which some children are burned to death, stabbed, electrocuted, strangled, and even buried alive for the honor of their families, and for no reason but to love someone from other religion or caste, and sometimes of same caste, but because the person is not apt as per parents' liking. Does it all feel correct to you? I also love my parents and respect them wholeheartedly. I'm not saying that one should not respect or obey his parents. I'm not saying that one should doubt all the decisions that have been taken by his parents. But my point is that one should not follow all the decisions that have been taken by his parents without any reason. No one needs to prove that he's so-called Shravan Kumar or Lord Ram of 21st century. In the end, to some, I would only say that parents are also human. They also make mistakes. Nobody gets the tag of I'm always right just by giving birth to a child. Thank you. Have a nice day.
Clean your room. Don't do that. Stop watching that stupid television. You want to be a slob when you grow up? When I was a kid, welcome to the lives of almost all teenagers. When these words are spoken by their parents, they want to see their teens rush at the opportunity to serve them. They mean something to them, but they mean nothing to us. All these words go in through one ear and out through the other. Can you tell me, a Chinese man understands the words of a Greek man? No. Can a German understand the words of a French? No. Now, although we both, our parents and we teens, speak the same language, sometimes we don't know that we turn out of English. We turn our brains into a nap mode. When we know that something is going to be asked of us and we do not want to answer it, we turn our brains into a nap mode. Now, to define a nap mode is very simple. Every syllable that the parents speak is heard as nap to the children. For example, when the parents speak, stop watching that stupid television, we hear it as nag, nag, nag. When they say that, don't you have a book to read? We again hear nag, 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 nag. Now, they think of us as being lazy, irresponsible, selfish, and useless. Why we are lazy? Because we watch an hour of television after a hard day at college or while eating our meals. We are irresponsible because we don't have time to walk out the door due to our studying for the upcoming exams. Then we are selfish also. Why we are selfish? Because again we are studying or relaxing, and we are useless because we want peace and quiet environment at home for studies. Oh my gosh, so many complaints. We are useless, we are good for nothing. What the parents could not achieve in their life, they want such lost and unattempted goals to be achieved from their children. That is not correct. Sometimes parents of the older age cannot keep up with the rapid social and technological changes. We are gizmo aficionados. We are techno savvy. We have friends from different backgrounds and places at college. We find that our parents have a narrower views to all this. Then, it's the 21st century and it's the era of competition. But today, the parents are competing more than their children. This point of mine can be justified from the movie Tare Zameen Par. Everybody in their houses wants a budding doctor and engineer. What is this? What is this going on? So after all this, I just want to conclude that the solution to this problem is that we should talk to our parents. And if they do not listen to us, we should show that we are responsible, we are mature enough. If the government, the government has given us the right to vote, we have been given our PAN cards, our license, then they should have some faith and trust in us. So, after this, I would like to say thanks to all of you.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Pragya and I'm here to speak for the notion that parents are always right. God could not be everywhere and therefore He made parents. Parents are the incredible gifts given to us and we should admire them, adore them, respect them, and we should thank them for giving such a wonderful life to us. They only one will be there for us in all times, whether it is good or bad, whether you're successful or not. There are many restrictions that our parents made on us. They made some boundaries, some rules and regulations for us, and that is very irritating for the today's generations. But in a way, they are protecting their child because they have also been through this phase, and the mistakes they have committed, they don't want their child to commit the same mistakes. They also have been through the same stage of that younger stage. And that's why they used to restrict their children by doing one or another thing. And they'll always guide you to choose the right path for the children. When it comes to imparting moral values, the parents can never be wrong. No parents want his child to succumb to bad things in life. Parents, as they are mature, responsible, and with enormous amount of experience in life, they always advise correctly to any issues that their children are facing today. Irrespective of the weight of the issues, parents have the growth of child as their vision, and hence they always hope to give correct advice to the child based on their experience and knowledge built over the years. Hence, it would be more prudent to focus on the fact that parents always have appropriate decisions for the benefit of the child instead of focusing on the right or wrong decisions. They will be more practical and rational in taking any decisions for their children. By the time the child born, they have a lot of dreams in their eyes about this effective bringing access, education, marriage, etc. They sacrifices a lot of things for their child needs and requirements. For parents, whether the child is of 22 years old or 20 years old or 40 years old, he will always remain as a child and always care for them. Obviously, they're the most influenced person in my life also, and that's why I've become what I am today. Now, I'm not saying as their parents that's why they are always right. There is a logic behind it. Because we are a part of our parents, and as a person, no one would want their part to be harmed by anything. And blood relation is the incredible relationship, and that is the relationship between child and a parent. There are basically three stages in which that a child goes through. That is the childhood, the young youth, and when the child gets married. In all the three stages, the child obviously depends on parents, but not somehow when he becomes younger, he tends to take his decisions, and he might feel that I take the right decision. And the parents would never jealous of their child, and they always want the growth of their child. You should always take into consideration your parents' advice and suggestions as they have seen the world in a better manner. It's very absurd when I listen to some of people that my parents are wrong, or they don't understand me, or when they look the things from. But when you look the things from your parents' perspective, the things might understand you really very clear. Thank you.
Good morning, respected judges and all my dear friends present over here. The topic of the hour is, are parents always right and should be speaking against the motion? Nobody in this world is always right, I guess. Here I would like to make it clear that there is a big difference between usually right and always right. Although most parents, like said by my dear partner Pragya, would want the best for their child, yet their judgment may be clouded with the quality of being overprotective. I respect my parents, I love them, we all do. I'm not questioning that they are wrong in life. They guide us many times. But aren't they many times being overprotective with us? If they care what we think, would make us think that they are wrong. No, my dear friends. Many of us question that the parents don't allow us to go for late night parties or other things. We can't say that they are wrong on that basis, but as some basic reasons why I am saying that parents cannot be always right. Most parents wouldn't want to have the risk of exposing their child to the overly exposed words of today's sexual image, mass media violence, etc. So instead of trying to find a balance between social limitations and their children having their own life, they totally ban them. I said, why? Let them go out, see the world by their eyes, and let them decide You should support them, you should guide them, not ban them, not ban their imagination. Some parents don't let their children learn like this. Just clear them. I'm not saying that they are wrong because they are not given the permission for it. Some parents are narrow-minded and don't let their kids use their own brains and their own beliefs. They are wrong there. They provide a lack of freedom of thought. I would rather say many of us are not very much aware that Jawaharlal Nehru was not agreeing with Indira Gandhi when she wanted to have a love marriage. Why? Have you ever wondered that why Indira Gandhi is not Indira Nehru? Because he totally took out the name. Jawaharlal Nehru said, I won't give you my name because you are just marrying by your own thought. You are marrying of your own wish. So Mahatma Gandhi at that time gave her surname Indira Gandhi, and that's why after that her whole generation is decided by after that. So yes, Jawaharlal Nehru was not right at all. Now discussing on parents being always right, I would like to raise question of honor killing. My dear contestant Ms. Gulati has said that it happens only in backward regions, where the question the parents only their goal is to gain a bread for the day. No, my dear. Honor killing is not because they are not able to take care of their child as well. They educate them, but at the time when they went for marriage, they kill them brutally because of their selfishness. Their honor, so-called honor. No, that's wrong. It's really inhuman and brutal. The question of honor killing, and I would like to say that many parents decide to marry their child at an early age. Are they right? No, they are wrong. What we have to say to the parents who send their children to work as a child labor business, they are also wrong. Let's reflect on our own lives. How many of us President over here haven't even thought of once that in our lives in childhood that our parents what they're doing is right? I request you all to go back to that moment and think. Get the answer. This question will be easily answered. That no, parents cannot be always right. Let's see a practical example where a 14-year boy expresses his thought of pursuing his career as a fighter plane pilot. His mother totally disagrees because of the risk involved in the job. Is she right? The dream of the child is totally ruined, but she's being overprotective. It's not wrong, but she's being overprotective. So, at last, I would like to end up with a conclusion that even Lord Shiva made a mistake by cutting the head of Lord Ganesha. So, and our parents are, however, human beings. So, how can we say that they can't make mistakes? They do make mistakes. Thanks a lot for your attention.
This one line says, it is said that our parents are equal to God, and so the decisions taken for our life can never go wrong. Good morning, everyone. I'm Reshma Thomas, and I'm talking in favor to the topic. We all can't deny that we have existence in this world just because of our parents. I know every individual has their own reasons, but what about those dreams they have? They sacrifice it for us without any complaints. We always blame our parents for all our unfulfilled dreams. But my friends, I want to add this. To fulfill our dreams and wishes, we only need the urge to get there. No matter what your age is. How successful we become, our parents are always our backbone. With this, I want to add it reminds me of a movie. It's of Shah Rukh Khan, in which it's Kabhi Khushi Kabhie Gham, in which he said to his younger brother, whenever in life you feel low, sad, just close your eyes for a moment and think of your parents. You will surely find your power. This shows that our parents don't do anything which has some negative consequences in our life. I want to ask my fellow contenders, do you think that our parents do anything or take any decisions which will have a negative impact on our life? With this also, I want to give one example. A son asked his mother, Mom, which is the most saddest and happiest moment of your life? Can you imagine what she replied? She replied, Beta, the most happiest and saddest moment of your life was the most happiest and the most saddest moment of my life. With this, I want to ask everyone who present over it, why obeying our parents sometimes
younger, wanted to study English literature, write books, become a very big author. When she told this desire of hers to her parents, they were negative about this. They asked her to take up a realistic and practical career. But the girl was so determined in her heart, she didn't give in to this. She went against her parents' wish and became what she wanted to be. You know who she is? She is at present the most richest author in the world. She is none other than J.K. Rowling, the legendary author of the legendary epic Harry Potter. Good morning to everyone present here, and I myself, Monica M. I would like to express my contradictory views on the topic parents are always right. What are the things which good parents give us, apart from shelter, home, education, care, affection, etc., etc.? They give us two things: roots and wings. Roots to know where home is, and wings to fly away and exercise whatever has been taught to us. I'd like to repeat: to exercise whatever has been taught to us. That means it depends on us what to exercise and what not to. And let me ask you, who tells the parents that they are right? No one. They believe that they are right.